welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I am your host, Venerati, and we are going to be finishing up the best of three in between LiquidNazgul and EGIdra. So, really, I mean, just to kind of give you an overview of what we've seen so far. Of course, this is out of the MLG out of the MLG Dallas 2010. And we've seen these two characters here go against each other on Metalopolis, where we saw the Blink Stalkers of LiquidNazgul completely out-micro Idra's forces and just overwhelm him, basically, as Idra was constantly losing forces, whereas LiquidNazgul was not. He didn't lose a single Stalker until, until it was basically over anyway. And then we've seen LiquidNazgul fall to Idra on Scrap Station, where Idra, reacting to the Blink Stalker threat, went Hydralisks and completely just dominated those gateway units. And he did a Hydralisk Zergling combo and just really got in those Stalkers' faces, not really allowing the Stalkers to blink away and continue to attack unmolested. So now we're on the third of three. This competition right here is to keep yourself in the winner's bracket. Right now, both LiquidNazgul and Idra are in the winner's bracket, and you really want to stay out of there, as if you do get thrown in the loser's bracket, you've got a lot of games to fight. And so you've got to wade through a lot of really good players and hope that you can make it through to the end. So right now, Idra, choosing not to get the early expansion, goes ahead, throws down a spawning pool right there. And which is interesting because the last two games we've seen him go ahead and get that hatch at around 14-15 and then throw down a spawning pool. However, that is not the case today. We do see Idra scouting out. We haven't seen LiquidNazgul scout anything yet. But there we go. We do actually see him bring out a probe right there after he throws down the cybernetics core. He is blocking off his doorway with a gap that a Stalker could fill. So it looks like he is going to be planning to bring out a Stalker. So right now, we have the two characters looking for each other. Idra, of course, has the Overlord right here, will be able to see, and is going to be able to park it right here if he so chooses. Yes, he does, and is going to get a nice view of Nazgul's base, and it's going to see that Cybernetics core, so he gets to see that, whereas LiquidNazgul does not see that Overlord. So very nice positioning, very crucial to use your Overlords to the max. We do actually see some Zerglings going ahead, and they will be running for this doorway. There is nothing here to stop these units, so LiquidNazgul is going to be in trouble, as we are actually going to see early pressure coming from Idra. Idra looking to end this very quickly. I would like, there are two pylons down, so he can't snipe the pylons with those Zerglings. Nazgul doing a great job of microing his probes, not allowing the Zerglings to get any time on them, as we see Idra running away from that massive horde of probes, as well as they would be overcome by the meat shields, allowing the Stalker to DPS those Zerglings while the probes took the heat from it. So Idra doing a good job right now of making sure that Nazgul can't mine unmolested, though we do see all the probes pretty much returning, and then we do see Nazgul pulling a few more probes offline as Idra is finally starting to engage, but has lost so many Zerglings right there, as Idra, unfortunately, not really able to do anything with these Zerglings except kind of harass a little bit. We're going to see a couple of them chewing at the heels of these probes, so that early pressure put on by Idra was crucial, but I don't know how far this really set him back, as we just now have the hatchery finishing up at 26 for Idra, whereas generally this natural would have already been cranking out, probably would have seen a spine crawler already down there for him, so giving him some sort of static defense, as we are going to see a two-stalker push coming from LiquidNazgul, as Idra does throw down the spine crawler, does have metabolic boost coming out here, but only has the Queen to face off against these two Stalkers. Of course, the Stalkers are not going to allow the Queen to engage easily, as they actually do see, they are seeing them focus fire down that drone, not choosing to continue to push, as we do see the second Queen coming up here, trying to join her sister in defense, and we do have two Zerglings on the field, 6 more on the way, and the spine crawler is almost done. So we have 3 Stalkers right now looking to sneak by, trying to get into the main, and we do have Zerglings showing up here. We do have the spine crawler pissed off about this, will be poking at that one Stalker, and Idra looks like he has sufficient forces to meet Nazgul's threat, and not really, at this point, if Nazgul tried to engage, he would do some damage to Idra, but it would be a grueling battle, and these Zerglings are so much cheaper than the Stalkers anyway, it would not be worth it. So we do see a second gateway coming at the front door. We have two more. We have another gateway already here, and a fourth gateway coming in the main. So Nazgul walling off has already got the warp gate technology, and once again cranking out these blink stalkers, or cranking out the blink research. Going to go with the blink stalkers. And I'm very surprised by this because we saw EGIdra last game really dominate the stalkers with the Hydralisks. However, we see EGIdra going roaches now. So I guess he's not anticipating more of the blink stalkers. Don't know if he feels confident that he can go ahead and get a lot of roaches really quickly and force the pressure, as we do see EGIdra moving out here. And it looks like he is going to be putting pressure on the front door. We don't have the blink technology finished from the Twilight Cancel. It is being chrono boosted out, but these roaches right now are pinging on this gateway. These stalkers not able to do anything about it, as the range of the roaches is sufficient to go ahead and basically attack the warp gate without being molested. Now we do see the blink finishing up there. We do see a couple of stalkers blinking in there, but EGIdra being careful not to go too far in, as he will lose those stalker, or he will lose the roaches to the stalker fire if he's not careful. We do see one roach go down. We see another one in the red. We do see more stalkers slowly blinking out. Now, Nazgul's being very careful there. We do see the warp gate coming down right here. Now we see the Zerglings trying to get in here, trying to get a surround on these stalkers. The stalker blinking back. Once again, Nazgul doing a great job of microing his units. The EGIdra using his roaches, trying to DPS these units down, but there are not enough Zerglings now. EGIdra in a really tough position because these roaches are very, very slow. These roaches are not going to be able to run away from these stalkers. So Nazgul really in a great position here, because EGIdra is not going to be able to get away. So if EGIdra continues to run away with these units, Nazgul is just going to pick them off. Like you see, EGIdra choosing not even to run away with a Vanguard unit, trying to slow down the stalkers ever so slightly. We do see the stalkers blink in here, killing more of these roaches, and we see these two overlords desperately in trouble right there. We do see the stalkers gonna go ahead and hit both of them. EGIdra not supply lock, but he needs to start pulling back his overlords, as these two overlords are really in danger, as well as this one. And we see EGIdra bringing up more Zerglings. The Zerglings are really going to be the key to allowing him to engage these blink stalkers appropriately, as we do see another overlord going down as it was trying to run away. So EGIdra losing a lot of overlords right there, and almost he is supply locked right now. He does have more overlords on the way, but you know, we're really seeing how the larva control right here is so important. We do see him egging both of his hatcheries. Well, that hatchery does not have any eggs on it right now, but we do actually see LiquidNazgul blinking on top of the high ground right here, going to be able to lock down this natural. We do see Zerglings running here, trying to make something happen here. I don't really feel that there's enough Zerglings to really make that happen, as LiquidNazgul is actually able to back up, not allowing for the surround. Once again, LiquidNazgul blinking down here, able to fire up there with immunity, as we do have the roaches here engaging this one stalker, and that one stalker will go down. We do see another spine crawler coming in here, and EGIdra finding himself in quite the similar position as we saw him in the first one on Metalopolis. We do see the Queen coming up here, pissed off. She's trying to poke away at these stalkers. These stalkers just chewing through these Zerglings. The Zergling not able to get this around. The stalkers doing a great job of blinking away, trying not to take as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, EGIdra trying to go around the side, trying to do some sort of flank maneuver, but LiquidNazgul has a pylon on that tower right there. Looks like EGIdra is going to go and try to get in the main of Nazgul, but it is blocked off. He's not going to find any gateway or any sort of path that he can get in there. So right now, EGIdra in a really bad position. You don't want to be here, as we have these stalkers coming around, going to be completely circumventing these stacked defenses. And right now, EGIdra is in a really bad position, as he has got his Zerglings were caught out in the open, engaging those stalkers. Most of them going ahead and falling to the units, and right now we see EGIdra split in two, and EGIdra GG. So this match right here knocked EGIdra out of the winners bracket. So not seeing the same kind of success as he saw in MLG DC. EGIdra right there falling once again to Nazgul's amazing blink stalker micro. And that was awesome, where he blinked up here, using the sight from this Xel'Naga tower, blinking up to this Xel'Naga tower, and shutting down this natural. And EGIdra just really didn't have a response, as these roaches are so weak against the blink stalkers, because you just cannot, if you do the proper amount of micro with those blink stalkers, you're gonna have a hard time killing those the stalkers with the roaches. So GG there. LiquidNazgul continuing on. He is still believe he's was in the winner's bracket at the end of Saturday. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. There's going to be a lot more to come. Let me know if you'd like to see these kind of games, as I will be finishing up the DC packet, as it was just, there's so many epic games in here. Seeing nukes. I don't know if we've seen motherships yet. We did see battle cruisers. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And as always, citizens, stay safe.